All right, so this is the story about like how I'm going to create an image like this. I created this image, but I wanted to create one similar to it for my art course. Well, because I forgot to record this one. And that's what I'm going to show you kind of how I did. So here's the story how that went. And first off, I'm like, well, let's try to get something similar, right? So here I am in Invoke AI, and I'm trying to get some similar pose. I'm doing all these different prompts and stuff, and then I found a prompt I kind of liked, and I'm going to use that prompt to try to generate one similar to it with the image to image. And okay, I'm getting close enough, right? This image is kind of close. I like to work at low resolution at this stage because I'm just trying to get the composition down. And I'm like, I think this is working okay, so let's go ahead and do that. But her arm isn't where it needs to be. I need her arm up here because she can't eat ice cream if her arm's down here. I mean, this is a whole different kind of, thing happening there if she had something in her hand, right? So what I did is I just kind of like use this in paint thing and invoke AI, which is awesome. And I'm just like going to select the arm and I'm going to select up here. I'm like, yeah, that might work. And just boom. And like, hey, look at that. It worked. I just told it, eating ice cream cone. Now it took a few generations, like look at that. I don't know what's going on there, but it's not working. But then I just tried a few times, and eventually it starts to put something in her mouth. I'm like, hey, something's in her mouth now. That's good. I might just keep that. There's something here. I just need the hand up there now. So how we can get that happen? Well, of course I can just take this in my paint program and paint out her arm real quick and paint her arm up here. Like I can do that. I can even use a 3D program and pose it. But I'm determined. I want to get it to work this way. And there it is, right? So I just told it, I just upped the strength and bam, I got the hand holding something that looks like an ice cream cone. And that's fine enough for me because that's all I need. So I'm just like, cool, let's get that there and just say good and accept it. And then what I do is select her whole head again. I tell the ice cream cone, I just like do it a few times until it kind of looks right. Well, now I need to change the background. So I just select her. Then there's this cool little nifty gadget thing you can do inside here where you tell it, do the opposite of that. So it's going to do everything that's not masked. And that's the background. And so now I'm going to tell the background up here, I have my style here, but I tell my background, I want it to be a Gotham City crime Joker gang members thing, and let's see what it does with that. And it's like generate, 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 generate. It's like no, no, no. I'm like, all right, let's try something else here because that's not working. But I needed to be similar to the other one. So eventually it got me a bar outside. That's cool. That's how the other one kind of was. I'm like, there's one person here. That's good enough. Now, again, if you want something super specific, you can take it into your paint program and just start painting this stuff in. It doesn't have to be pretty. You can even use photo bashing. Just take photo. In fact, we use that technique here in a second. Oh, yeah, okay. Look at that. Wasn't that a cool technique? So look at here. I didn't feel like taking her and painting pants on her. You can do that. You can take this into your paint program real quick and paint some sloppy pants and bring it back in and it understands it. And bam, you got pants. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to see, what if I just up the strength over here and I tell it pants and I watch, boom, boom. I'm like, hey, that's getting closer to pants. Let's accept it. And then bam, look at that, pants, right? I just up the strength of 0.76 and it says Harley Quinn leather pants lowride, and boom, they're not lowride pants, but they're pants, and that's what I want. So now I can, accept that, and let's adjust them. Now let's tell them lowrider pants, and we can do that, and it'll listen. And I can't remember if I do that in this one actually, but you can do it. So if you absolutely have to, you can take it in a paint program, and well, not like that because you can't see what's happening, and you can just like paint skin here and then paint the belt down here, and then take it back in and tell it pants, that low ride, and it will fix it and turn it into low riding pants for you. Okay, so that is basically, you just take it in, you sloppily paint over it, and then you take it back in and you select that area and you tell it paint this good, and it renders it good for you. That's the whole process. You paint, it paints, you paint, it paints, and you just kind of go back and forth until you get an awesome piece. So, this wasn't working. I tried to like, I just saw just like a ghost there, right? And so what I did here is I now told her licking the ice cream. I just kind of selected her mouth and said licking the ice cream. And now I got her licking the ice cream. That's awesome. That's amazing. That's what I wanted. So it's in stages, right? First I get her eating the ice cream, her mouth's open. The ice cream's next to her mouth. That's all I need. Once I have that, then I select that area and tell it lick the ice cream and I get something closer. And I'm not worried about the details at this point yet. Change the ice cream cone up. I just, select the ice cream cone, tell it big ice cream cone, and it starts doing it, makes me a big ice cream cone. Cool. So it wasn't generating the Joker for me, and I did some scribbles, and it like just wasn't doing it. And then I select this person. I kept telling it, man walking toward us, and I don't know why it just the AI just doesn't listen sometimes, and the dude's walking away from whatever, dude. Just Oh, what? There we go. Person walking toward us, but she looks crazy and her head's partly missing. But hey, that's good enough. I mean, she's at least walking toward us. So once I have someone walking toward us, I'm like, good. I can use that, and you can accept it, and then reselect it again and tell it, no, I want it to be a Joker gang member, a Joker's dude, and so it's going to do that for me. So bam, now I got a Joker's dude, and then it put like a car over here. I'm like, I kind of like that. I don't need to be exactly like the other one. Now, if I wanted to exactly like the other one, again, I could take a 3D program or something like that studio, bring a character in here, kind of do some quick paint clothes on him, and then tell it that's a Joker, and it'll go, oh yeah, I know that's a Joker. It looks nothing like a Joker. Boom, you'll get this. Like it's awesome and amazing how that works, and it just saves so much time. And it's cheating, yeah, yeah. Who cares? That's the future. The future is cheating, man. Get on board. That's just the way it is. So I try to put a like, hold on, let me go back here. This part's kind of important. I don't want to skip over it. So I kind of like, I scribbled something here and told it like, yeah, that's a person. And usually it'll recognize it, but for some reason it didn't. So instead, I went into online and I just found an image and then I photo bashed it on there. And I'm like, yeah, that works. It looks totally awesome, but it doesn't. But that's okay because AI will make it awesome. Look at this. Bam. I just, render it a few times over him, render, 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 and then all of a sudden, look at that, boom! Now I'm getting something that looks cool. Then I take it back into my paint program because it's not doing things right, and I paint over it, and then I bring it back in. That's what you have to do. Like it won't do things right, so you got to take your paint program, paint over it real quick, scribble on it a little bit, and then put it back in here. Tell AI, fix that shit, man, make it look good, and then it will do that. And then you're like, cool, that's what I wanted. And then you have it render the whole thing again so the lighting matches. What's really cool is you can like be painting it with the wrong kind of lighting. Try to match the lighting, but even if you don't, it doesn't matter. Just select it and just render it a few times, and then boom, it matches the lighting because the AI knows how to do that. And then let's see, what else was I doing here? I don't remember. I did something there. It's in the course. It's all in real time. So the hand was kind of wonky, and so I selected it and like, okay, I'd rather just have her holding her hand like this. Probably better if she was holding a gun like in the original, but I just didn't feel like doing all that. I could have got a gun. And I could have painted a gun. I could have got a gun online. I could have got a 3D render of a gun to use and rendered it real quick with one of my 3D programs. But I didn't feel like doing all that, so I just left the hand like that, and I figured that's good enough. And so there you have it. That's the end. It doesn't look, exactly like the other one, but the idea is all the same. And if I wanted to, I could have got it really, really similar to the first one, but that would have taken a lot more time, and I didn't want to take forever. And so here you have the end piece. It looks amazing. Anybody that would be happy with this, if this was like, a client asked you to do something, this is above and beyond. And guess what? You did it in like 2 hours or something, right? Or an hour, however long it took. I think this one only took like an hour and 30 minutes, something like that. And you can actually keep working on this and make it even better if you some things you want to change, or the client wants some changes. You can make those changes. And then finally, I was curious about something. So I'm like, can I generate? Does this thing understand numbers? So I'm like, hey, group of I don't know what happened there, of 5 superheroes, and like boom, there's 5 superheroes. It actually did it. And here's a quick trick. Here's a bonus tip for this video. Once you generate something like this, just say 5 superheroes. Now here, I was just curious if it kind of understand the difference here. I said 5 superheroes. I don't know how I understood group because it's not even a word, but 5 superheroes and 4 females, 1 male. One, two, three, four, 1 male. So it kind of understands numbers a little bit. I mean, this isn't a coincidence, right? I told it 5 superheroes. It gave me 5 random superheroes. I told it 4 females, 1 male, and it did it. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, once you have an image like this and you like it, but none of these superheroes are all generic, right? These aren't. You want this to be Superman and this to be Wonder Woman or whatever, Supergirl, but they're not them. Well, you use the same inpainting technique. You have the image, it looks good. You like the background, that looks good. If you don't like the background, select all of them and then just generate the background a bunch of times so you get what you want, or kind of paint kind of what you want, and then tell it this is what I'm trying to paint, but it doesn't quite look like it. And then boom, it turns it into Metropolis, whatever. And then you just do end painting over each character. You select Superman, and then over here you tell it, this is Superman. And then boom, 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 you got Superman. If it's not perfect, you go and paint over it, and then you just select those areas, just like we did. And anyway, you do that for each one. Select her Supergirl, select her Scarlet Witch, select her Wonder Woman, select her, I don't know, Storm, whatever. Now you got your awesome superhero cast, and it's amazing. And that's it for this video. Hey, if you want to see more cool like tricks or whatever, like you want to learn stuff about this whole AI crazy thing that's happening because we're like heading into a crazy future that's unforeseen what's going to happen. Like AI is part of our future. We just have to accept that. So get on board and start learning it. If there's something you want to know specifically, well, leave a comment. Like, leave a comment. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. I know you probably already didn't do it. You probably forgot because I always forget. People tell me hit the thumbs up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do that, and then I don't. Don't be me. Hit the thumbs up button. I appreciate it.